Ninja art. Art of the raging lion's mane. Lightning style, scattershot. Blue bolts clashed with Jiraiya's elongated hair. The sage retracted his hair, engaging in taijutsu with a black and orange blur. The two shinobi dashed around the large clearing, the earth torn up around them. Fire style, great fireball jutsu. Boil style, explode and clap. The flames dispersed, Jiraiya dashing in with an open scroll in hand. A Fuma shuriken appeared, the sage throwing it with all his might. The single projectile became a dozen, all flying towards the blonde. Magnet style, great sand wall. The sand swallowed the shuriken, shooting towards Jiraiya. He used a chakra-coated kunai to slash through the oncoming pillars. Wind style, raw sand shuriken. Jiraiya's eyes grew wide, his hands flashing through hand signs. A black void, surrounded by seals, sprung into existence in front of him. His opponent and the large white shuriken of chakra were swallowed by the void, which quickly closed, the seals vanishing. I told you never to use that jutsu, Naruto, especially when sparring. You do realize it was another clone using the transformation jutsu, a voice rang out. Besides, I'm not stupid enough to use that jutsu when I haven't learned Sage Mode yet. Naruto appeared out of the shadows, panting lightly. Him and Jiraiya had been sparring for almost 6 hours now, his clothes covered in dirt. Jiraiya sighed. Get cleaned up. I sent word to Tsunade. She's expecting us by week's end. The blonde nodded, stepping back. He weaved a set of hand signs, clapping his hands. A violent burst of wind formed a sphere around him. All the dust and sweat pushed off his body. As Jiraiya summoned a toad, Naruto then doused himself with water from a nearby stream, blowing the liquid off his body as well. He glanced at himself in the water's reflection. For the past 3 years, he was constantly comparing himself to the old photo he'd taken with Team 7. His appearance had changed a lot. He'd grown a little taller, and the rest of his body was far more muscular. His old headband had been replaced with a new, longer version. His fingerless gloves were replaced with black, Anbu-style guards. Storage seals written on the leather straps. His pants and sandals were black with orange trimming. Gravity seals placed on the inside. His orange, high-collar jacket with a red Uzumaki swirl on the back had a black, long-sleeved shirt underneath. Even with how much he changed, he still felt the same. Although Jiraiya insisted he was catching up to him, he didn't feel any different. Perhaps once he returned home, he would feel the change. The two were just outside the land of waves, Naruto suggesting they should stop by before making their way to the Leaf. He wanted to see how the people were faring after Gato was removed. Also, he needed time to prepare himself. The village was bound to have changed just as much as he had. He needed to be ready to see everyone again. Jiraiya was scribbling down notes for a new book. he was writing, much to Naruto's annoyance. The blonde was busy holding a tiny Rasengan in his palm, one of his newest exercises, to continuously mold and use chakra for hours at a time. Jiraiya insisted that such training would not only improve his concentration, but also the feel of his ninjutsu. Naruto didn't bother to try and understand. However, he did feel more relaxed carrying his Rasengan than before. Naraka Bridge still stood proud. Naruto felt the wave of memories, his Rasengan fading as him and Jiraiya entered the town. Its evolution was clear, the buildings all standing tall alongside the people who filled the streets. Naruto? Is that really you, kid? Naruto turned to the familiar voice. It belonged to Tazuna, Inari walking beside him. The boy had grown more than Naruto expected. It's good to see you're doing well, Naruto smiled. How is Tsunami? She's doing very good too, Inari smiled widely. What about you? Where's the rest of your team? Naruto held his smile, but Tazuna saw the truth in his eyes. They're all doing important stuff. Inari's eyes shone, pestering Naruto to check out some of his work as a carpenter apprentice. Naruto followed, but his mind remained distant. Jiraiya left to find a hotel. A few hours later, the blonde was walking through the streets, lamps lining each side. He didn't know what else to do to get his mind off the memories. He was so lost in thought, he almost didn't sense the katana aimed at his neck. He turned just in time to create a pocket of air that sent the sword flying out of the enemy's grip. Naruto backflipped away, feeling a sharp pain in the back of his skull. It was his newly developed sensory technique, Danger Sense, telling him he was surrounded by shadows of shinobi. Danger Sense was much like Karin's ability to sense emotions. Initially, the pain was too much due to the Nine Tails, so Jiraiya had to place a secondary seal over the 8 trigram seal for Naruto to use it effectively. Good thing it does. I would have lost my head just now, Naruto mused. He glanced at the figures surrounding him. Their faces were covered, but he could feel their stares. They were here to capture him, no doubt about it. He thought about calling for Jiraiya, but decided against it. He was the target. If he drew anyone else in, whether it be civilians or the sage, things would turn out badly. "What do you want?" Naruto asked. He didn't receive an answer, only drawn weapons. A bolt of lightning hurtled towards him. Naruto stomped, a chunk of the earth below rising to block. Fire came next, Naruto batting the flames away with a water-coated hand. 4 katanas surrounded him, the blonde activating soul speed. He was above them in an instant, hands forming a single sign. Sand Prison. Their limbs were consumed by the sand that shot from Naruto's wrist. He dodged another bolt of lightning, dashing at the source. Their taijutsu lasted only a few seconds, Naruto delivering a steam-powered punch to his gut. Storm Style, Laser Circus! A beam of pure energy shot towards Naruto, the blonde barely pulling off a body flicker. He reappeared behind his attacker, placing his palm on his back. Compression Burst. The tiny sphere of air sent the ninja flying, Naruto surrounded by the remaining 6 figures. Pink Arrows. The pink orbs caused the remaining ninja to fall to the ground, their legs shriveling up from the loss of all fluids. One of you used a Keke Genkai, Storm Style. What element does it require? Naruto asked, gazing at his handiwork. He didn't receive an answer. Turning to the shinobi that attacked him with fire, they made a single hand sign, Naruto's eyes widening as their body burst into flames. No cries of pain were heard. The others were consumed seconds later, Naruto frantically slamming his hand on the ground. Instant freeze! The ninja were consumed by the ice, extinguishing the flames instantly. Naruto sat in relief. They suffered serious burns, but they were still alive. They planned on killing themselves instead of failing to defeat me. Whoever these guys are working for didn't want them discovered. Naruto knelt down, pulling the mask off each of his opponent's faces. He grimaced at their burns, but it didn't take long to tell who they were. They had dark skin, meaning they were from the Land of Lightning. They were shinobi from the Hidden Cloud. "Why is the Hidden Cloud after me?" Naruto asked the ninja, receiving no answer for the 3rd time. "I'm willing to bet your cloud, Anbu. Low-ranking ones, too. What will happen to you if you fail your mission to capture me?" Naruto was beginning to hate not getting any response. He sighed, charging a Rasengan. He pumped wind chakra into it, white blades appearing around them. This jutsu has the ability to destroy a person's chakra network. Trust me, mine was almost destroyed when I first created it. But now, it's a guarantee. If you want to avoid becoming defenseless, I suggest you answer my one simple question. What do you know about me? Naruto saw the hesitation in their eyes as the Rasen Shuriken began to hum violently. If there was one thing shinobi feared, regardless of rank, it was the loss of their chakra. Even the likes of Rock Lee and Might Guy required chakra in order to do things like the water and tree walk. He brought the spiraling chakra closer, one of the Cloud Ninja finally breaking. You're Naruto Namikaze, the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. You also possess natural access to all 5 elements, and are capable of using Kekkei Genkai elements. Naruto frowned, lowering his Rasen Shuriken. I see. So, the world knows about me now. Mind telling me how the cloud learned my identity? Information stolen from the hidden sand. Naruto frowned. I expected as much, considering my encounter with them 3 years ago. So, here is what's going to happen. I'm going to let you free, and you're going to return to the cloud. I don't want to risk further conflict, so I'll even give you something your village will find useful. Information gathered on the Akatsuki. I've heard your village holds your Jinchuriki in high regard, so it may prove useful in defending them. Naruto produced a scroll, placing it in front of the ninja, still cased in ice. He produced a clone, which held its hand up, as he vanished into the darkness. The clone formed a pink orb, the orb vaporizing the ice in seconds, all 12 jumping up. Before any could make another move, the clone's eyes flashed red, slits staring into their souls. The ki was enough to ward them off. In a matter of seconds, they were on their way out of the land of waves. Naruto, who was standing atop a nearby building, sighed in relief. You lucked out, kid. You won't be able to avoid a fight for your life forever, Jiraiya muttered, appearing beside the blonde. They were rookie Anbu, so yes. But hopefully that info on the Akatsuki will at least keep them focused on their Jinchuriki instead of me. Jiraiya sighed. I swear, you'll be the death of me someday. Just sticking to my principles, as you taught me, Naruto smiled. Jiraiya shook his head with pride. Come on, you'll want plenty of rest. Considering how much adrenaline you'll have tomorrow, I doubt you'll be able to. Next day. Naruto powered down his tiny Rasengan as the familiar red gates came into view. Jiraiya saw the sparkle in his ocean eyes. Naruto's hair stood on end, euphoria engulfing him the closer they got. 3 long years of non-stop training, constant travel to avoid being found by other enemy nations or the Akatsuki. No place like home, Naruto breathed out. I wonder how much it's changed. The sage slapped him on the back. Go on, you're free for now. Enjoy this day. Find your friends. Naruto gave a foxy grin. He couldn't hold back his excitement any longer. Fire burst from his feet, the blonde flying into the air. He looked down at the Hidden Leaf Village. In that moment, he never felt more alive. If you like what you just heard, consider hitting the subscribe button and bell icon to get notified about new videos. If there's a part you've missed, then check out the entire playlist on screen. If you like this story, please share it with your fellow anime lovers. Any support helps a lot. That's all for now. This is Ninja Kai, disappearing in a golden flash.